All right. Number one, first one of the night. Am I the asshole for losing my passport to avoid babysitting on my vacation? I, I think F17 means female 17, right? Still live at home. My sister, 28, is married and has two kids. Um, 5'3". I don't know what that means. Whenever she comes over to visit my parents, uh, and her stick me with the kids. This wouldn't be a problem except she doesn't visit for an evening. She will come for a week, and for that week, I'm unpaid nanny. If we go out to a restaurant, I have to entertain them because my mom needs to talk to my sister and BIL. You get the picture. Oh, 5 and 3. Okay, great, great. Sorry, I don't really read stuff like this, so this is new to me. New to me. Um, my parents decided that since this was my last summer before I became an adult, we would be going to Disneyland to celebrate my graduation. I asked who was going, and they said it was just the three of us. But when we got to the airport, my sister and her family were there. Strangely enough, they were also going to Disneyland. I went into my backpack and grabbed my passport. I put it in my sock. When we got to the international security, I couldn't find it. We looked everywhere. I had to Uber home and I missed my flight. Oh well, I get to stay home by myself for a week of peace and quiet. My parents were very mad at me for losing my passport. The money they spent on my flight and entrance was wasted. Darn. My mom and sister both have been posting about how hard it is to be at Disneyland with two little ones. They both posted that I ruined the vacation by being so thoughtless. My dad says um he knows why I did and he understands, but he says I should have let him know so he didn't waste money. He said he would have gone along with my ruse. I don't know what that is. I feel bad about wasting money, but I have been to Disneyland before and I will go again later by myself or with my friends. Honestly, no. The sister's the asshole. No, this person's not the asshole at all. I feel like people make mistakes and this one it sucks, but I mean, probably save money on like all the food, all the like other random stuff they would have done at the she's valid if it was a gift, why complain about wasting money? Facts. She's not the Is there anyone that thinks this girl's asshole? Mom and sister are? Yeah, I agree. I think the it kind of sucks that the sister um pulled up as well. My sister and her family were there. Cuz I don't know. I kind of feel that like not really been like the nanny but a similar situation just with dogs, like taking care of dogs. It's just like I don't know. I've had my fair share of like family saying that I'm like selfish or thoughtless or whatever she said. When it comes down to that kind of stuff, it's like, bro, what? I didn't know that was my job, but okay. They don't want to watch their kids. Yeah, if you think I want to watch kids on a trip for me, you're out of your mind. Yeah, that's fucked up, man. That is fucked up. They are not the asshole, and that's clear. All right, am I the asshole for checking my husband's dash cam footage on his car without his consent? I, 34, female, live with my husband, 37, and my daughter, um, which is also or 7. My daughter and I recently went on a short trip out of state while my husband stayed as he had work and was supposed to look after our dog. On the last day of our trip, we got a call from my husband who was acting distraught and said that our dog Ellie had run away and that he could not find her. He claimed she just bolted away from him in the park into some bushes and he could not find her. Our dog is quite small, a mini poodle mix and almost 13 years old. She's still active, but it is really unlike her to run away from us, and I was suspicious but chose to believe my husband, and me and my daughter were in grief but did not want to blame him. When we came back home, he seemed surprisingly okay, unlike us. Ever since the pandemic, my husband started working from home, and he's always been annoyed at how much attention we gave Ellie and hated how much Ellie begged to sit on our laps and his while he worked. A few days later, we got a call from an animal rescue in a neighboring state quite far from us that she had been found. Oh man, I picked the phone, and it was our landline, which we almost never use these days, but was the contact on the microchip. I told my husband that he just said, "That is great. I am so happy." But it felt kind of like blunt and insincere. I said it's strange. It is strange that she got so far, and he responded with someone must have stolen her and then abandoned her. This made a little sense to me as to why that would happen. When he was out drinking with his buddies, I copied the videos over from his dash cam for the days I was away and saw that he had indeed taken Ellie far out of state and clearly dropped her in front of his car, thrown a frisbee like an object into a field, yelled fetch, and drove off without her. I was livid and confronted him. He just stupidly muttered how he dropped her there. so he could find a farm and have a better life. And then the next day got really angry at me for viewing his dash cam and called me and my daughter assholes. Wow. What? What? Nah, that's justified. You are not the asshole for checking the husband's dash cam footage. I feel like it's dash cam footage. That is like I don't know. You can do what you want. Like going through phones, I feel like is pretty like I don't know. I think that's acceptable in a relationship. Um, but like not even dash cam footage. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, nah, from the get go. Poor dog, bruh. Yeah, I don't know how she didn't like Kobe said. Um, nah, cause I'd be in jail for murder. I'm not gonna lie, I'd be pissed off. I don't know why she didn't divorce or like, what the fuck? I would leave this motherfucker so quick. Imagine the dog was Lola. Would that change things? Is Anne Marie still here? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Dashcam doesn't have audio. Like you're good, right? Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't look at my dashcam footage because I don't want to show you like I was driving to McDonald's or what route I took to work. Like I would rather him cheat, honestly. Yeah, I mean the dog thing. That's super unfortunate. That's very very sad. Very sad, bro. Do you want to do a quick poll after each one to get the chat's votes? Let's do it. Let's do it if it's a little bit tricky. Let's do it if it's a little bit tricky. Yeah, you confused why the title doesn't say my ex-husband? Yeah, checking my ex-husband's dashcam footage. So true. Maybe they're working on that. Maybe they're working on that. Oh man. Okay. Am I the asshole for giving what the heck is a F mill? F mill 3 days to pay me for a new wedding dress or else I show the family a photo of her wearing it. Future mother-in-law. Oh, okay, okay. So am I the asshole for giving future mother-in-law 3 days to pay me for a new wedding dress or else I show the family a photo of her wearing it? I'm so confused. So I'm getting married to my fiance soon. I bought a wedding dress weeks ago. Um, my whatever future mother-in-law kept pestering me about trying it on, but I firmly refused. I finally shut it down after she offered me $100 to let her try it on. Her reasoning for persisting so much, she says it's because of her love for wedding dresses and her obsession with them. Fast forward to yesterday, I came home from work early and I found my fiance at home. He freaked out after seeing me and tried to prevent me from going into my room while trying to text somebody on his phone. I opened the door and was shocked to see his mom standing there wearing my dress. I instantly pulled out my phone and took a photo of her in it. Um, she and my fiance freaked out uh, after I told her that she needed to pay me for a new dress in 3 days or else I show the whole family the photo. She started crying and left, and my fiance blew up at me saying I can't be serious and that I overreacted because his mom just wanted to try the dress on. No harm done. But I refused to listen to him because, in my opinion, the dress should only be worn by the bride and the bride only. Quite frankly, I felt disgusted looking at the dress again. I don't want it anymore, and so I think it's fair that she pays me after she ruined it for me. He yelled at me and told me to wake up and stop treating his mom like that as if she was an enemy. We had a fight after he failed to get me to back down, and he's been staying with his mom since then. Over the dress? I felt awful, but I spent 3K on this dress and I worked hard to get it. I can't stand looking at it, but the people in my family think I'm escalating things and risking my relationship with not only my future mother in law, but my fiance as well. Question: am I the asshole? Update: oh my god, this blew up. I thought I'd add some updates. My fiance called and offered to pay for the dress himself so we can end the conflict, but he wants me to hand him my phone so he can delete the photo himself, swear that I don't have any copies to use against his mom later, apologize to his mom, and lastly, he asked that I quit his family group chat and log out of Facebook for at least a month. I haven't responded yet. P.S. He called with his offer slash conditions hours ago, but I didn't want to include this in the post, but now I did. Also, I'm not sure if I'll agree because I don't want him to pay for it. I want his mom, the one who wore it, to pay for it. Not being vicious, but trying to hold her accountable. This is such a weird situation. I think this is a poll moment. We can get like chat's opinion on if this person is the asshole. Um I don't know. The he's being hella weird. I I don't know. I kind of think they're all being a little strange here. Um, because 3 days to pay for a new wedding dress, like why couldn't you just return it? You know, I do understand like you working really hard, and it's like why would she be wearing it in the first place if she wanted to try it on? Fucking send her the place and go try it on at the store. You know what I mean? It's a bit dramatic. Yeah, it didn't need to go to that length. I feel like you need to upload each story on TikTok. Um, oh, me reading it or something like that. Oh, they're usually custom. You can't return after sizing. Oh, okay, good point. Good point. Hmm. I mean, she offered me $100 to let her try it on. I don't understand that. Like trying on a dress. I don't see the big deal in that. Um, this is so weird. I don't even know what my answer would be. Let's see what chat has to say. So we got chat. Is this person the asshole? Okay, so 19 say no. 19 say no. Interesting, interesting. Um, it's very weird. It's very weird because I want to say that she is kind of the asshole. Um, why would this person like? And like I said, I get how sentimental or like how she worked really hard for you. You got to give her that for working for that dress. But the part like 3 days to pay me for a new dress, like 3 days. She said that she'd been saving up and working for that money or to get that dress for a long time. It's like to give her 3 days. I mean, I don't know. And then to like show the family a photo of her wearing it. I don't know what kind of threat this is supposed to be. I don't understand. Because apparently this photo's got to be like handed my phone so he can delete the photo himself. Like this whole thing's fucking weird. Um, I guess it's kind of asking if I could try on like your Myers jersey. It's like a sentimental piece of clothing. I guess I see that. I mean, maybe it's because I'm like looking at it from like the wedding dress, but it's like if you're trying it on, like sure, right? I don't know. I wouldn't mind. It's like after you try it on, it would go back in its case. It's not like you're gonna be keeping it. Could have been 3 days to the wedding. Hmm. Interesting. James, what's the like on the key? What's the thing here? What's it looking like? Nicole, by the way, Nicole Lieber. Hello, Nicole. Welcome to the stream. Like, is it jealousy? Did she not want to marry her or want to marry her son? Um, are you talking about the girl, Olivia, not the mom? A wedding dress is special. Like I said, I 100% understand that. It's like the mom definitely could have gone another route into trying on that dress. Go to the fucking store where you got it, right? But I just think the 3 days and like, or like, I'm gonna send the family a photo of you wearing it. Like, that's so. Reddit says that she was not the asshole. Wow. Maybe I'm just, maybe I'm just dumb. 3 days or so help me, right? Right? Yeah, that I'm like I'm split on this because I want to say that she's the asshole, but it is like I said, it is her dress. Yeah. Oh, the mom probably stretched it too. Nah, bro, I'm telling her mother. I'm telling. Oh, you're talking about the mom? Oh, okay, okay, okay. I understand now. Sorry, I thought you were saying the wife or the future wife or whatever was coming at a place of jealousy. I was trying to see your point of view. Um, Hello, Jenna. How are you today? Welcome to the stream. I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. By the way, I know it's probably not that fun, but um, it's interesting. I think they're both wrong because the edit makes the husband a little more because of the demands. Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Like I said, she's in the wrong right here, like showing the family, but this isn't completely right either. This is like this is very red flag. Um, like log out of Facebook for at least a month. Like if I deleted the photo or like you took my phone and deleted it and there was no copies, why would I need to log out? It's like I feel like that's just doing too much, you know? Yeah. Yeah. All right, we'll go to the next one. We'll go to the next one. Yeah, that was interesting. Anyways, am I the asshole for freaking out when my wife locked our son out of the house at night after he drank alcohol? Oh my gosh, I, male 39, have a 16-year-old son with my wife, 40. This incident happened a few days ago, and she's still mad at me. I was on a work trip, so my wife was at home with our son. When I got back, I found out that he had been hanging out with his friends, and they convinced him to drink some beer, and he got a little drunk. I'm not saying what he did was right, but him and I had a talk about it, and it's fine. The problem is that when he came home and my wife found out, she was furious and kicked him out and refused to let him back in until the morning. He was begging her to let him in, but she wouldn't. When I found out, I was furious. Regardless of what he did, she made a slightly drunk teenager stay outside by himself at night. Something very bad could have happened to him. We had a huge argument over it. I asked her how the hell she thought that was okay. She just kept saying that it's our son's fault for drinking alcohol. My wife isn't really talking to me now, and my son isn't talking to his mom. I feel like I'm in the right, but maybe I'm not. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's pretty dangerous. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think at like what extent, like, sheesh. I mean, I think the obvious answer is, uh, he's not the asshole. He's not it because like with parenting, man, nobody like gets to try and practice this before. It's like you have to, have some sort of like communication. Um, I don't know what extent he was freaking out at, but I feel like that's pretty valid. That's your kid right there, you know. Um, she has no maternal instinct. I think it could have come from a place of anger. We do a lot of dumb things when we're angry in life, so it's definitely the wife. Teenagers drink sometimes. Punish them later, not leave them in the streets. Yeah, I feel like if I ever caught like my kid or kids like drinking and stuff, I'd have a conversation about that for sure. Um, but I think that locking them out is a bit steep. That's a bit crazy. Like send them to their room, take away their Xbox. Like you know what I mean? Locking them out at night or until morning or whatever. That's unheard of. Oh, Nicole subbed while I was reading. Wait, Nicole, are you here? Are you here in the stream? Nicole Lieber. I think I saw your post on Twitter today. You got to see JC. That's very cool. Very happy for you. Um, Thank you for the resub love, by the way. I'm gonna read some more of these stories, but I'm gonna catch back up to it. I don't know how many months that was, but I appreciate the love genuinely. But did he learn though? That's the question I'm asking. Um, yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, cause he said what is it? Regardless of what he did, they talked about it. Yeah, see, but him and I had to talk about it, and it's fine. Yeah, I don't know. Like, is he saying like it's fine, like it's cool? Like, I don't know. Yo, also Steph loves cats. Thank you for the 2 month sub, yo. Thank you guys, man. Nicole, thank you for the resub, love. Steph, thank you. Oh, we still love cats, by the way. Um, Kid will never forget that shit. Yeah, for sure. Especially because you don't even know what that was like, that experience. He was begging to come inside. I would have thought he was kind of sober. Yeah, because I feel like when you're, I mean, I don't really drink like that or get super drunk, so I can't really speak for him. But if I was like in a situation where like shit was getting very real, I feel like my mind would like sober up and be like, oh my God, like, stress and adrenaline that would take over more than the alcohol. But like I said, I don't know. Am I the asshole for yelling at my wife after she blew up my phone with calls because of a fire? Throwaway because some of this made local news and I don't want it connecting back to me. I work at a place where we are not allowed to have personal electronics on us at all. No phones, no smartwatches, no pagers. I've been working here for about 6 months, so my wife knows this and understands that she should not try to contact me by my cell at work. Phones are dropped off in our lockers, and I typically have mine on Do Not Disturb. Before this incident, my phone has never gone off in the locker before. Recently, There was a pretty big fire at a secondary work site that I do work at occasionally, but that day I was working at the main building. Local news covered the fire before I found out about it because, again, no electronics. Plus, the work we do isolates us a bit, so news travels pretty slowly. There were a few casualties and a lot of seriously injured folk. My wife had been watching the news from home instead of freaking out, I guess. She called me 20 freaking times, which, and I did not know this was possible, overrode my do not disturb and my phone was ringing while in my locker. In the middle of my shift, I got called into the manager's office and was chewed out and written up for my phone making so much noise. They told me to go take care of whatever it was making my phone go off before I went back to work. I won't lie. When I saw those 20 missed calls from my wife, I was seriously pissed off. Like I said, she knows not to try to contact me directly, and a citation hurt my chances of getting a raise or promotion. I called her back and she was sobbing and asking me if I was okay. I said, of course I was okay, and asked what the fuck was wrong with her to call so many times. She was still crying and started talking about the fire. After that, I started half yelling at her about all the reasons it was dumb of her to call me. When I got home, she was super upset with me. I apologized for yelling, but she refused to talk. She's been very very chilly the past few days and sleeping in our daughter's room. I know it was not the best decision to yell at her, but I still think my anger justified. One, she knows I do not work in the secondary work site very often. Two, she knows that I can't be contacted directly, and she could have just called the office. 20 calls is absolutely insane. Am I the asshole? She was worried. The boss is an asshole, and so is the husband. At first, I was gonna say he's not the asshole, but seeing it how he handled it, I would say that he's the asshole for sure because his reaction to like her checking in and everything. Like I get the news like traveling slow and whatnot, but if she's like crying and asking if you're okay, it's like, bro, that's real love right there. Somebody cares about you, right? She saw that that news was going on and she thought to call you up, even if it was risky. Like she probably knew about the consequences that could happen, right? But bro, your life over a promotion any day. It's like that boss can get his head out of his ass, and you can explain, hey, you know, maybe don't make me work at that site, or like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's an emergency, brother. Um, or girl was stressing. Facts. My bad. Go play in the fire for all I care. Yeah, right. So it's like your job, like the promotion means more than like your life, or your wife like checking in on you. You know what I mean? Yeah. His boss should understand that is because of the fire. Well, yeah. I mean, if he explained that, but then again, it's like bosses don't care about you, bro. And like, they'll get rid of you just as quick as they fucking hired your ass, right? And he was working there for like 6 months. It's like probably the work that he does, he's not always around him, so he doesn't know him like that. Like they're not really super tight. Mm-hmm. James, I'm curious. What does Reddit have to say? Looking at the key, what does Reddit have to say for this one? I just want to make sure. Just double check. Overall, he's the asshole. You're easily replaced? 100%, bro. 100%. What up, Steph? How are you? Welcome to the stream, man. Reddit said he is the asshole. Okay, you are not the father. All right, let's go to the next one. I hope you guys are enjoying this, by the way. Am I the asshole for not wanting to give my wealthier sister the lion's share of the inheritance? Yesterday, my parents sat me, 31 male, my two brothers, 32, 34, and my sister, 41, down to discuss their will. My parents informed us that they want us to split it 5 ways. My sister gets 2/5, while the three of us brothers get 1/5 each. Their reasoning is that my sister sacrificed her childhood for our family, so it's only fair that she gets compensated. In our childhood, my father's business partner screwed him over so that there was a period where we were broke and in debt. My parents had to work multiple jobs to keep us all afloat, and my sister babysat us while our parents worked. All she had to do was feed us and keep an eye on us. We were pretty calm kids, so all we did was play games and do our homework. It probably wasn't thrilling, but not exactly tremendous hardship. I complained to my parents along with my brothers that it's insane that they want to give my sister 2 out of the 5 shares of the inheritance over that, especially since she's financially the best out of all of us. She doesn't have any kids and a dual income with her partner. My parents said that they're disappointed in us and said that we need to reflect on ourselves. My sister didn't say shit while my parents spoke, but texted us afterwards that she had zero intention of taking 2 out of the 5 shares, but we are all assholes. Am I the asshole for feeling like this split is unfair? Um, hmm, hmm. Gotta think about this one for a second. Sounds like the favorite. Yeah. Because I think a part of me's thinking like obviously we're not living their life or anything, but a part of me is thinking like it's like it's 3 against 1. So the brothers have like made it known. They're like, wait, what? Like, how is that fair? Blah blah blah. Um, I think you would do stuff to help your family, not expecting anything. And I don't know. I'm sure like at that age, she wasn't thinking about the will like fucking 40 years in advance, right? Or 30 years or whatever. Just because she doesn't have kids, not her fault. You're gonna spend extra money. I just feel like the whole like situation, like the reason why she has like that extra share. I don't know. Like I feel like there'd be a way to make it like even between everybody. I don't think it's that deep personally. Like at least you're getting something. I split it 5 ways. If there's four of them, 25% each. Me, my 2 brothers. Hmm. Yeah. She should be rewarded. She didn't get a childhood. I'm gonna be honest though. I feel like I don't know if they played games and stuff like that, like feeding. Like my sister did that. I did that for my sisters. I'm just trying to think. Like I don't feel like I deserve any more than anybody else. I remember like helping my family at a time. It's like when my stepdad took all my mom's money and stuff. We had to use like all the money I'd saved up for my paper route job and use that to pay for like our school uniforms and supplies. But it's like I never had any type of greed or like thinking about the future and stuff. I don't know. So I'm sure she's chilling. It's like these guys could probably just like, you know, it's not really all about the money. It's your fucking parents, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm leaning more towards like these guys, the brothers. They're probably the assholes here. Huh. I'm confused on like why they didn't split it like all equally. There might have been a handful and just don't remember. Yeah, I mean I'm sure that can probably take a toll on somebody, huh? Like taking care of like your fucking brothers like at a young age, like when you don't really, barely know how to feed yourself, right? If that's what the parents want to do, then she earned it. Yeah, and I'm sure there's other reasons too, and it's like their age difference is very like uh I don't know. If you look at 41 compared to 31, 32, 34. So they must have been some little shits, right? Yeah. I don't know. What's Reddit saying? Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't think ever they should bring up what's it called? Since she's financially the best out of all of us and she doesn't have any kids and a dual income. Scratch the income. Dude, it's not about that. It's not about that. Literally just get a better job. Fucking work harder. Like not everything's going to be handed to you. It's like she got what she got cuz she fucking worked hard, and maybe that shows within the childhood and what she was able to sacrifice for them at that age, but Reddit said they are the asshole. Okay, okay. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. She probably did more for the parents than they realized. Yeah, that was maybe like an example that they were showing or telling during like the little meeting or whatever like that. But all right, am I the asshole for ordering a giant steak against my mother-in-law? Will mother-in-law will? actually eating it and refusing to cover the entire bill. Wait, how does that title go? The daughter didn't sacrifice her child, but rather her parents stole it and they are repaying her. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, maybe just be more financially responsible. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I'm pretty sure the boys would blow through that money and the parents saw that. Yeah, and I mean, not only that, but it's like, nah, I don't want to get too deep in it. Not my family business, you know? All right. They order the steak without the wanting them to. Oh, ordering a giant steak against my mother-in-law's will. They ordered a steak against their will, eating it and refusing to cover the entire bill. Okay, this is a pretty interesting. This is ridiculous, and I can't believe I have to ask if I'm the asshole, but here we go. I, female 27, have been together with my husband Nate for over 10 years and married for 4. I don't have the best relationship with my mother-in-law, as she always seems to police what I eat. Everyone in my family have fast metabolism. I am also working with horses, so due to this, I burn a lot of calories, talking about 2.5 to 3K a day. For real? Wow. And usually have rather large meals to get the energy back, and I still remain skinny. Skinny queen. Now, to the event, my in-laws invited me and Nate for dinner last Friday. I was very busy back then and haven't eaten since about 6 or 7 a.m. and also didn't have a chance to have a snack before heading to the restaurant, so I was starving. I usually have something to eat before seeing my mother-in-law to avoid her comments. Due to this, I have ordered a large steak at the restaurant, which was meant for 2 people. It also came with prawns, bacon, and 2 sides. Please note, it was not the most expensive item on the menu, as some of my in laws had significantly pricier dishes, and we were all splitting the bill anyway. My mother in law started making comments how I shouldn't be ordering what I can't eat, since even her husband wouldn't be able to finish the dish, let alone someone my size. I smiled and said, I haven't eaten since early morning and I'm starving. If I don't finish the steak, I will take the leftovers home. I've easily finished the steak and was waiting for my dessert. Then my mother in law flipped. She said I am attention seeking and was putting on a show. She also said I have made my fiance, father-in-law and brother-in-law feel uneasy and that a woman shouldn't eat that much. It is unhealthy and something is wrong with me. She then demanded me and Nate to cover the entire bill as she wasn't planning on such a big expenditure. I said we were absolutely not covering the entire bill since it was meant to be split equally and reminded her of the dishes she ordered that were significantly more expensive compared to my steak, including her starter. As a result, I was called an asshole who ruined the family dinner. Nate is on my side, but most of my in laws are making very passive aggressive posts on social media about it and keep sending me different articles of what might cause excessive eating. Wow. Wow. I would say that this person, um, man, I wish, sometimes I wish I could like alter like what happened. You know what I mean? Like a part of me is thinking like, oh, bro, like why don't you order like something a little bit smaller and then like have something to eat like when you get back home. But then I totally understand of like getting something like right in that moment, like eat dinner, fill up, enjoy yourself, right? I'd have to definitely say that the in-laws, the mother-in-law, all them, I would say this person's not the asshole. Um, and refusing to cover the entire bill when it's initially set as a split. Like I used to kind of go through the same thing with my family. It's like I'm like a fucking black hole, bro. I can eat a bunch of stuff, but it's like she ate it all. She didn't leave like, any extras or nothing like that. But yeah, right? Yeah, they're gonna split the bill. Why does it? Their ego got hurt. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking when I was reading it. I was like, oh, like the mother-in-law has like this probably like high horse. She always wants to be right. She proved her wrong. Felt a little bit embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, especially if their dishes were all like the appetizer was more expensive than the steak. I would say this girl, she's golden. She's chilling. She's not in the wrong here. She's not the asshole, really. Like if you're broke, just say that. Right, right. See, I would have at that point, I would have paid for my steak, bounced out, bro. I would have added the lobster. Yeah. Yeah, like they bring out dessert and they're like, can I get anything else? Are you done? Actually, yeah, can we get a lobster? Give me the lobster as well. You'd have gotten a second steak to go, bro. Let him know, man. Honestly, I would have done the same. I think that that's I don't know. Definitely a problem with the mother-in-law, no offense. And it seems like mother-in-laws are like a big issue. I'm terrified, bro. Right, they said the family got disturbed because she ate all the food. Nah, being disturbed because she ate all the food's crazy. Like, boy, eyes on your own plate, man. Eat what you order, okay? Stay away from the mills, bro. Stay away from the mills. I'm glad these aren't like super. Well, some of these. I mean, we got a few more. We got a few more. I think. Am I the asshole for telling my son he and his fiance are spoiled? I'll try to keep this short. My um male 57 son. Wait, my me male 57 son 23 is engaged to Peggy 22. They have been engaged for 5 months or so. Our culture dictates that Peggy's father and I share the cost for their wedding. Her father, said that we should provide 10K each, a total of 20K for a budget. See, that's fucking wild to me, bro. That's fucking wild. Go to a beach or something for free, if that's possible, or like get a little spot and then fucking put that 20K in a house, man. List of Lays, by the way. Thank you for the prime for the 2 months. Thank you. Thank you very, very much for the resale, love. Um, all right, all right. I could afford this, sure, but this seems insane and extravagant to me. I said I would give 5K and he could give whatever he wanted. Peggy's father also put up 5K. I told my son this and he got me outright. It wasn't going to be enough. He said, I don't mind. I figured that me and Peggy would have to pay for some of the wedding. Ooh, that pissed me off. I asked what he meant. He said no way would they be able to do their wedding in under 10,000. I said my own wedding, after haggling and deals, came to around 7,000, so I do not think that this is an issue. He argued against me and said that my wedding was 40 years ago and the prices were different. He outlined some prices and said the cheapest venue he could find was 5K and food alone was going to be another 2.5K. He again said he didn't mind and he thanked me for giving me the money for the wedding, but I honestly felt hurt that he thought that we were not giving enough. I said, how could food come out to $2,500? And he said that that was the only around 25 per person. I suggested ordering pizzas or subs and he looked at me like I was crazy. I said, okay, well, we can just offer less for the photographer and decorator. And he said that that isn't how things are going to be done. I said, it is how things are done. And maybe if Peggy and him weren't so spoiled and expecting the best of the best for everything, then 10K would be plenty. After I said this, he just closed his eyes, thanked me for the money, and basically told me to get out. I was complaining about this instance to my wife, and she told me I was being a stick in the mud, and it's his only wedding. My friends agree with me, though. Am I the asshole? I would say this guy's not the asshole. Initial reaction. I don't think this guy's the asshole. Are we in agreement? It's okay if you disagree. Nope, not the asshole. You don't think so? No, no. Cool. Yeah, yeah, this is kind of unfortunate, bro. Um, because if I was him, I would have argued when he's talking about like, oh, well, back then, prices are different. But yeah, they also fucking scooping up horse shit for like 5 hours a day, maybe 8, 12, and getting paid like 25 cents. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that argument is invalid, and you definitely could slim down on the food prices, ask around with, like, friends, being like, hey, like, would you mind with pizzas or subs? Like, I get it's a wedding and it might not be the coolest thing, but you can sacrifice somewhere for sure. And I get it's a wedding, you only get one, but to put it all into a wedding, I feel like is a waste of money. And it's like, I don't know, man. Fucking, it's your wedding. Fucking work hard, save your money, and make it something special, right? If you can't do that, fucking so be it, man. Do what you can. My sister had In-N-Out at her wedding, though. That sounds lit. That sounds lit. He's not asking for any more money. He said he would take the 5K and would pay for the rest. They just keep arguing with someone's willing to um uh spoil for sure to your wedding. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, to expect both family members to do 10,000 is a bit redonkulous, bruv. A bit redonkulous. I don't know. Maybe it's because I grew up poor as shit. Um, but 10K would be like life changing. You know, like I would take that 10K and not even use it for the wedding. I would save that for like a down payment on like a house or a fucking car or something, bruh. You know what I mean? Or like maybe split it and do like, oh, 5K to invest for future stuff and then 5K for the wedding now. You know? Um, you personally pay for your wedding myself. I think that's how it should be. I mean, I do understand like if you're close to your family, like that you could, ask or expect maybe a little bit of help, but I don't know. I'm sure we can't. I don't mean to assume or anything, but maybe this guy has like more than one kid. Maybe it's not just the son. You know? Yeah. Poor dad though. Now I changed my mind. The dad's the asshole. You just reread it. Really? Did I read it wrong? What's up? Give me a reasoning why. What's going on? Did you see the Reddit said that actually he's the asshole? For real? Really? I think it's all that they expect the parents to pay. Like if they want to offer, then great, but I expect them to be the main contributors. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Like that's what I was saying. Like if you ask around like your friends or something, like, hey, like I right now our budget's like looking like some pizzas. I don't know if you want to throw in like chip in $20, so we can get like some really good catering service or something. Like obviously if it's 2,500, there's gonna be a fuck load of people. It's like I'm sure they wouldn't mind pitching in. I don't know. Maybe that's a shitty thing to ask. I don't know. I'm not a wedding guy, but the son said he was okay with it. Dad kept arguing. Um, hmm. Yeah, you said that maybe Peggy and him weren't so spoiled and expecting the best of the best, everything. I could see that. I could see that. But low key, I just I can't really fault him 100% because the expecting like 10K is like that's wild to me. You know what I mean? I feel like it's one of those moments where he's like, "Whoa, whoa, like you can't even," you know what I mean? Yeah, one little Caesar chick, bro, for real. For real. So the son thanked him for the money and said he would pay the rest. He's not demanding anything, so I can't. So I can see how the dad is asshole. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. That's how much weddings cost. That's ridiculous. Yep, not getting married. No, no, no. Am I the asshole for telling someone that his achievement just meant that he had rich parents? Ooh. I, 23 male, have been with my current company for a year now. Recently, a new guy, Jack, joined our team fresh out of college. Last Friday, my manager invited everyone to a bar after work. There, Jack told everyone about the achievement that he obtained over spring break. He visited his 150th country, Cambodia. In contrast to everyone else who were asking things such as, what was the best slash worst strangest things you ate, which countries were your favorite, and any cool stories, I just said, good for you, and went back to my drink. Jack noticed me being quiet and asked me why I wasn't joining in. I said, don't worry about me, but Jack just kept pressing the issue. I finally said, Jack, visiting 150 countries is cool and all, but it doesn't say anything about you as a person. It just means you had rich parents who could afford to travel internationally several times a year. I grew up poor, literally worked my ass off in high school, got a full ride merit scholarship, and everything humanly possible to land my current six-figure job. Rich people who think they're better than everyone else just because they had rich parents is a huge pet peeve of mine. But my coworkers don't know any of that since I like to keep work and personal life as separate as possible. Jack got really quiet after that and left soon afterwards. Now it's Monday morning and I'm wondering if I should have just kept my mouth shut. Um, he sounds jealous. Um, Not his fault. I feel like this guy maybe talked too much. He didn't need to say all that, you know? I don't think he was asshole at this point where you're like, good for you. Like I would have done the same thing, bro. Like, congratulations. You know, you went to 150 countries. Like, what do you want me to say, right? I don't know. I'm not gonna be up your fucking ass, you know? But him just saying like rich parents who could afford to travel internationally several times a year. I mean, so this is a fact, otherwise I feel like he wouldn't have said it. But I didn't, maybe he didn't need to say it. Let's give him pick me. Yeah, he was probably just a little bit upset. Maybe like the whole like I could feel like in the moment because not to put my cousins on blast, but when we were younger, it's like us on our mom's side, like we were super broke. Um and then like living in a fucking trailer on like the side of a road or a highway. And then my cousins, you know, they were super rich. And every time we went to their house, they had like these big, huge, like I remember this big tiger in the corner of the room, like bigger than like my bed, like huge. They had like a bunch of like they had PS4s, Xboxes, and everything. And I would get so pressed when they would like brag about like all these Legos that they got or like these games that they bought, and they'd be like, you know, that's cool, but you wouldn't have got that if your parents didn't buy it. You know what I mean? That's how I always felt. I never said it, but it did get under my skin quite a bit, like them like rubbing it in. So I feel like maybe it was like that situation, you know, and I don't know. I don't know. Sounds like a hater, salty. Yeah, I'm kind of 50-50. I feel like this person is the asshole here, but at the same time, like I can relate to people just talking all this cool stuff that they can do or they did or whatever. I don't know. So he doesn't have to give a fuck. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But he asked him why he wasn't joining in, you know? And he kept pressing the issue. So maybe like that came from a place of jealousy or anger, and that's when he said something stupid, you know? Depends on the guy who was saying it. Yeah, yeah. Doesn't sound like bragging. Well, I think maybe this guy's like Jack or whatever. You know, I'm assuming like they're all like asking him like these cool questions, and then like you just got this one dude that's not really too interested in your life, and then he keeps like hey, like, you know what I'm saying, like, why aren't you joining in, why aren't you asking me these questions? So I don't know, I feel like that was probably a bit weird. It's half and half. Yeah, I feel like it's 50-50. Do we have the official answer on this one? Yeah, Jack kept nagging. Yeah, it's him like kept like asking about it. That's what is like so making me so hesitant, you know? Good night, Rhett and chat. Yo, Cynthia, have a great night. Get some sleep, okay? Thank you so much for coming in the streams today. I really genuinely hope you had fun. For real, for real. Reddit said he's the asshole. What? Wow. Jack might be unaware that he's coming off braggy. Yeah, and that could come with a simple conversation at a different time, I'm sure. I mean, if they're having like some drinks and they're going out, chilling, I could see why he's the asshole, but also I don't really want to fault him too much because like been there, done that, right? So I think tone plays a huge, yeah. Because this guy could have said it like, oh, because you had rich parents, you know what I'm saying? It could have been like, I don't know. Sorry. Anyways, people like that don't always understand their privilege and it can be annoying. Yes, so true. So true. Yeah. I'm not saying that every like rich person needs to be humbled, but just like make them aware. Um, Sometimes they just be up in their own little world and both valid. Yeah. Cool, cool. Glad some of y'all like sort of agree. The comment said that the poster or the person was assuming a lot of things, so that makes him the asshole. Yeah, I could see that. Okay, okay, makes sense. Let's do another one. Am I the asshole for not giving my girlfriend, 25 female, my dinner after I'd already bought her dinner? My girlfriend, 25, and I, 29, live in New York City, and there's a popular app where you buy leftover restaurant food. Really? Restaurants advertise surprise bags at a reduced price in order to reduce food waste. Wow, I had no idea this was a thing. The customer doesn't know what they're getting until they pick the food up, but the cost is at least 3 times lower than the normal menu price. I don't know what EG is, but if an entree is usually $24, the restaurant is allowed to charge $8 at most for it. These are hit or miss. Sometimes you get exactly what you want at a greatly reduced price, but sometimes you get something that you otherwise wouldn't have picked from the menu. I ordered a surprise bag from a barbecue place that I was picking up on the way home yesterday. I texted my girlfriend asking if she wanted one, but she said no. She wasn't in the mood for barbecue. However, there was an Indian restaurant right next door that also had surprise bags available in the app, so she ordered one of them. The barbecue was $12 and Indian food was $10. When I get home, I unpacked the meals to see what we got. I was psyched about my bag. Since I paid $12, I knew the value had to be at least $36, but honestly, the platter looked a lot more expensive. This was a hit. Keep in mind that we live in the West Village, which is the most expensive neighborhood in the most expensive city of the US. I didn't know that was the most expensive. But so 36 for one meal is pretty typical. There were burnt ends, ribs, pulled pork, baked beans, potato salad, bread, onions, and pickles. Sorry, I thought he was talking about burnt ends on the ribs, so sorry. Uh, my girlfriend, however, was less lucky. Her surprise bag only had 6 different types of soup, half of them being variations of cauliflower soup. She was disappointed to say the least. She asked if we could share my barbecue, and I said no. I'm hungry. I offered to buy you some already, and you said no, so I'm going to devour it. She got mad and called me the asshole. I told her if she didn't want soup, she could have ordered something specifically instead of using the surprise bag app. I then told her to just order something off a food delivery app. She said she didn't want to spend the money. Another bit of context is I make a lot more money than her, and I pay all of our rent. I know she's running a bit of a lean financial picture right now. I then tell her that if she doesn't want to pay for the delivery, I'll walk to the bodega on our street and can buy her something there. Another bit of context is that we live on the 4th floor walk up with no elevator, and she broke her leg in a car accident a month ago, so it can be tough for her to get around. She says the girl's probably off there and all she wants is a hot meal. I tell her she has soup. Anyway, she thinks I'm the asshole, but in my defense, 1, I offered to buy her barbecue to begin with, which she declined. 2, she picked out her own food and I grabbed it for her on the way home. 3, when she wasn't satisfied, I suggested 2 solutions, either ordering something from the app or going to the bodega. So Rhett, am I the asshole? 100%. I would say yes. I would say this guy's the asshole. Sharing is caring. Looks like you don't care. Like, bro, y'all are dating. You know what I'm saying? Like, she ain't like the best financially, bro. Fucking, you got reduced. You got a reduced meal. You didn't even know what the fuck you got till you pulled up at the house, and when you were surprised and thought it was great, right? It's like, why don't you all split something and then like half fucking beans and pork? It looks like he got a lot. Like, share, bro. Share. I would say that he should share. Just like split the soup. I'm pretty sure we all been there where we're like not really interested, and then changing our minds, right? Hey, listen, man. I know some of y'all are guilty, but I would be like, that's my girl. Take care of her. Like, let her eat good, bro. Like, you got 2 legs, you can fucking walk. If it's a little bit harder for her, suck it up, and you know what I mean. If you're paying the rent and like making some good money, like at very least you could ask her like, hey, what if I give you this food and then you give me a little bit of money and I'll go get, like, there could have been a different solution there, or like another, I think this guy's the asshole. Like, I don't know, bro. That's your job. Like, why would you not want your girl to eat? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? I would share. That's a lot of food. Yeah. Where was it again? Um, uh, oh yeah, there were burnt ends, ribs, pulled pork, baked beans, potato salad, bread, onions, and pickles. Bro, like, nah, there's shareability. There's shareability here, okay? I really don't think this. Nah. Anyways, you could have spared 1 or 2 ribs. 100%. Like, and if she's eating the soup, or like if she has something that she likes in there, She could have ate some of the. I guarantee you, she would have ate the baked beans, a rib, and some pickles, and would have called it a day. You know what I'm saying? And that's all. That's all you had to share. Wasn't the whole thing. Anyways, she's just being difficult for real. You think she's being difficult? I don't know. I mean, me personally, if we did the whole food thing, and he wanted to keep it for himself and just have me have soup, I don't know, man. Maybe it's like the I don't know. People probably do things differently nowadays, but this guy's an asshole to me. But what did Reddit say? What did Reddit say? Not like she asked to add the lobster. Yeah, I mean it's a surprise bag. It's like, bruh. Anyways, sound like someone I know too. Stingy to spend a bit more money on proper food, but instead spends it on reduced meals. But she also asked him to buy something she likes. Both could have communicated better. Yeah, for sure. But I feel like, given the situation, man, like, get over it. Get over it. Fucking just share your food. He got blessed with so much stuff in there. He said 36 for one meal is pretty typical, and he said which is what's it called? The platter looked a lot more expensive. Like you want to eat my ass, but you can't spare a rib. Yeah, facts, right? Reddit said he's asshole. He's asshole. Really? W. So we got one. We got one right. Cool. She could have been like, "Oh, I'm sorry for not being grateful. Can I have a bite?" And he could have spared some food. Yeah, but you never know what's going on, bro. I feel like being in an accident. I want to say that I don't want to say the excuse like being rude or having like a shitty behavior, but give her a break, my guy. Come on, man. If you and like the thing is like if you get two like surprise bag box things of food, and like you get all this great shit like these ribs and pulled pork and stuff, and then like she's over there with hers, and you just see like cauliflower soup, like I'd feel bad. I'd feel bad. You got to be one like ruthless son of a bitch to look at your girl and let her just eat fucking like two. You know what I'm saying? I would feel bad. I would feel bad. It's 50-50 because she was kind of rude about it. I don't know, man. I feel like maybe I don't really want to reread it. I don't care to, but if she was rude, I think maybe in my mind it was after the fact that he was like, "No, I'm not sharing" or whatever. That like this is mine. Yeah. Anyways. Am I the asshole for taking my fiance's dinner after he touched mine? Oh, another dinner one? I'll be quick. They're never quick, by the way. Um, my fiance, uh, wait, is it supposed to be me, female 26, and then fiance, male 32 is blind? We don't disagree a lot, except he always gets bothered whenever I eat different food from what he's eating when we go out. Like, if we're having dinner out and I order else, he'd instantly get upset and accuse me of treating him as less than when I just have a different taste in foods. Interesting. I just eat what he eats to keep the peace. I eat out alone as alternative, but since he clearly doesn't trust me, he randomly touches my plate to see if I'm having the same dish. This caused huge arguments between us, and I told him to stop doing it, and he said he would. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? What a weird, I don't really want to be rude and say weird, but what an interesting thing to argue about in a relationship. Never would have guessed that. We went out to eat nights ago, and I ordered the same dish he ordered. When the food arrived, he looked somewhat uncomfortable. I asked what was wrong, and he refused to say. And before I could even grab the fork, he extended his arm, and his hand touched the food on my plate. He moved quickly and started, excusing what he did, saying he just wanted to make sure. But I lost it on him. I felt so grossed out, and there was no way I could eat the food after he touched it. He tried to get me to drop it, saying I shouldn't be grossed out by his hand and that I overreacted, etc. But I grabbed his plate and told him that I was taking it as my dinner. He at first asked me to be rational and give the plate back, but I refused. An argument ensued that we had a fight. He then ended up leaving, Started spam texting me, accusing me of being bitter, pathetic, childish, and robbing his dinner. He went to stay with his friend who picked him up, and his friend sided with him, saying I was in the wrong. Even went as far as to say that I was abusing my fiance and um, financially controlling him when I pointed out that I was the one who paid for the food. The problem is magnified now, with him wanting an apology and me refusing to give him one. My parents think I should have more patience, and this is just typical like love spats between us, but I'm not sure. Was I the asshole for how I handled this? I want to point out that this is not the case when we ate at home. He has no issue with me eating different food, but in a public, it's a different story. He sounds like a child. Yeah, I would say that this person is not the asshole. Because if you touch my food after you said that you wouldn't do that, and he said just making sure, like I'd feel like, bro, A, you don't trust me. Like B, what the fuck you doing, my guy? I don't know where those stinky little hands have been. Trading the dish, I feel like if it's the same thing and you traded the dish, there was nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Like, not like you got some sort of claim on it. You know what I'm saying? Um, so he wants to be in control in public. Is it that he wants to be in control, or do you think he just like has like he just wants to order the same thing to like as a comfort thing? Why touch my food? Yeah, I don't know. Um, why would he make her eat the same food as him? That's so strange. Like I said, I think it might be like a comfort thing or something like that. I don't know. See that might be like a fun like little date thing. Like oh like let's like get the same food. Like let's go out and get the same like, meal or something like that. Like I could see that, but if he wanted to double check, put his hand on there, yeah, I think she is every right. She does not need to apologize. And if she's gonna pay for it too, it's like, yeah, let me have that. Fuck it, I'll take both plates. Give me that. But every time, I mean, maybe it's like they probably don't eat out that often, but I mean, when they do, it's like it's probably very special. He's probably got a reason for it. I can't really fault him for that, but everything else is a little weird. Seems controlling. She can get whatever the fuck she wants. Yeah, yeah, I understand that too. I said too. He had no reason to touch her plate, but I do get like them maybe ordering the same thing. Like, you know, it's like if he made her order the same thing, and if she's not like super upset about that part, it's just like him saying that he wouldn't do it, and then him doing it. Right? He doing too much. Right, right. See, I don't know how what. Oh shit! I think we got. Okay, we got a few more guys. Four more. Four more. Oh wait, did we? Okay, am I the asshole for telling the lady 2 seats behind me on a plane she was screaming the whole flight? At the airport now, the lady 2 seats behind me on the flight was she talked extremely loud the entire flight. I had earplugs in and it was piercing my ears. After the flight landed, the lady across the aisle from me looked terrified and said, they're on her next flight. I got up and walked back and said, you guys are flying to Florida next, right? You may want to consider being a little more quiet on your next flight. I had earplugs in and could hear you screaming the entire time. Sorry, I had to crack my neck. I turned back around and her boyfriend calls me an asshole. So I turned back and asked what he said. He told me I was an asshole. Then the girl chimes in and says, we weren't even talking loud. I showed them the earplugs in my hand and I said, I had earplugs in my ears 2 seats ahead of you. And I heard all about Frank's wedding and your nail appointment, feeding your dogs, your cell phone bill, the TV shows your mom's watches. Am I the asshole? I would say yes. I would say yes. Because you may want to consider being I don't know. You guys on the next flight to Florida because this lady, I'm assuming that she spoke up for this lady. And at that point, bro, that's people being in public. Just let it be. I'm always in the mindset like if I got a problem with like how obnoxious someone's being, like yeah, it's unfortunate, like it's annoying as hell, but I'm gonna let somebody else do their job. I'm gonna let somebody else take care of it. I'm not gonna be the one be like that motherfucker back there is not real. Like I'm not gonna be doing all that. Like, you know, get him up, get him out. Come on, just get out of the just get out of the flight. I think this is very Karen behavior. Very Karen behavior. Kind of Karen, low key. Facts. Yeah. Like imagine like someone like showing you their earplugs and fucking yeah, like bruh. And it's probably like they probably got not really great hearing, and then with the plane and the fucking I don't know. Anyways, my mom just stuff like this is so embarrassing. I feel like a lot of parents do that type of stuff sometimes, and it's like it is embarrassing, but hey, as long as you don't act that way, I'm not saying it's bad. Like I'm not saying she can't do it, but it's like if you feel like it's not acceptable and you choose not to do that, good for you, right? Hopefully in the future you won't have to like deal with it too much, but yeah, I mean definitely she could be more considerate. I think that there was probably a good way to discuss that, but in my eyes it's like, hey, the flight's over and done with now. Like we're getting off. Like let the 80 the 80 the lady deal with it. B, the flight's over, man. Like flight's over. Whatever you say is not going to change that whole flight and how loud she talked. It's over. It's done. Get done. Am I the asshole for asking my wife to wake me up at night when our newborn wakes up? My wife, 35, and I, 35, had our third child 1 month ago, 4 weeks. For the first week or two, my wife had to wake him up. Had to wake him up every couple of hours to feed him, but now we just let him sleep until he wakes up to eat. Here's where that comes the problem. I am a really heavy sleeper. There is nothing that can wake me up short of being attacked by a bear or shaken or something. It's been that way since way before my wife and I had kids. Babies crying or screaming do not wake me up. They didn't even when we had our firstborn. So usually I've woken up when my wife turns on the lights or changing and stuff like that. Apparently I sleep through a lot when my wife is getting up. So she is saying she does an unfair amount of work at night because of it. I feel bad because I recognize that if I'm asleep, I'm not contributing to the night stuff. So I asked my wife to wake me up when the baby wakes up. She told me that made it so much worse and that it was like a weaponized incompetence. She just doesn't want to wake me up for some reason. I'm not weaponizing my heavy sleep against her. I just wanted her to wake me up so I can help. But like I said, she said that it makes it worse and now she's mad. Am I the asshole for asking her to wake me up? I'm going to say no. I mean, you're asking. I don't think there's anything wrong with asking. If this guy can't wake up and has been like this since the firstborn or whatever, dude, it's like, she needs to understand by now. I'm sure maybe she's just a little bit upset. Like, why do I have to wake your ass up? Like when it's our kids. I could see that, but I don't think if she wakes up like with a baby crying, I don't think it's hard to like knock on them or pat him and be like, yo, like deal with it. Shake him a little bit. He can't help how deep he sleeps. Yeah, I'm in the same boat, but it's like, how do you, if you're a heavy sleeper like that, like what are you supposed to do? Like sleep next to the baby crib? Like, okay. You know what I mean? Go to that extent. It's like you're probably not gonna get good sleep, and there's a whole other. She's making herself the victim. Yeah, I feel like she's maybe thinking that like she needs to like use a lot of force and energy to like wake him up, but that's like it's teamwork, bro. It's teamwork. You're even lucky the dude even like is asking, right? Like he wants to help. He's not like leaving you in the dust. So she would know prior to the kids that he's a heavy sleeper. Yeah, for real. It's like at that point, talk about it. Maybe like invest in an alarm clock or something that shakes not even an alarm clock, because you wouldn't know, you couldn't predict when a kid's gonna cry. You couldn't. You just gotta fucking, yeah. Anyways. Sorry. Am I the asshole for saying again after my sister announced that she's pregnant with twins? Interesting. My 21 sister, or wait, me 21, sister 32, has been married to her husband, 33, male, for 8 years. They already have 6 kids total, the last one born 5 months ago. Yesterday, my sister announced that she's 3 months pregnant with twins, and while everyone was congratulating her, I said out loud, "Oh my god, again?" Can't your stupid husband leave you alone? I didn't mean to say it out loud, but it slipped out, and my sister looked at me angrily and literally dragged me into another room and asked, "Why the fuck did you say that?" I told her that she and her husband had been pregnant every year for the last 8 years and that she needs to take a break. I was worried about her having so many babies in such a short amount of time, and I didn't want anything bad happening to her. Um, she then said, "How about you leave us alone and worry about your own shit? This is my life, okay? So fuck off." Sounds like a very like family thing. My mother told me that I should apologize for being rude, but I told her that I won't apologize for showing concern. But now I just can't help thinking that maybe I was being an asshole and sticking my nose in other people's business. I was just worried, but maybe I was being a jerk. Am I the asshole? Edit. Yes, I do babysit my sister's kids sometimes, and all six of them at the same time whenever they do need me to, and if I'm available. They pay me 30 to 50 an hour, but their kids are pretty destructive and they don't respect other adults like they're supposed to. So it's a full chore watching after them. I'm aware that the stupid husband comment was inappropriate, but I have almost no filter and my stupid mouth says shit before my brain can stop it. And I've seen some comments talk about the ages and assuming my sister's 21. I'm 21, my sister's 32, and her husband's 33. I apologize to my sister. Oh, this update, by the way. I apologize to my sister for insulting her husband and making that rude comment, but I told her that I'm still worried about her having so many kids back to back, and that just concerned in general about her health and well-being. She actually forgave me, and she said it's because one, I'm her younger sister, two, she knows about my problem with keeping my thoughts to myself and that I'm working on myself, and three, she knows that I'm concerned for her and she appreciates it. But she assured me that she's fine and said that the pregnancy wasn't planned and her husband plans on getting a vasectomy because they both want this pregnancy to be the last. For those asking in the comments, she and her husband can afford to have kids. Can afford. He runs a very successful business and is co-owner with their best friend in a company that they both started before she got married. How she manages to juggle between full-time mom and work here and there is beyond me, but she does. That's why I babysit sometimes when the nanny isn't available 24/7. Her husband was the one who initially wanted a big family, and my sister just went along with the idea, but that's their business. There's a lot to unpack here. What do you guys think? Is this person the asshole to say again? Sorry, I was turning over some laundry, but in case anyone was curious, the blind guy and the airplane guy were not the asshole. Wait, the blind guy. Oh, the blind story one is not the asshole. Airplane guy, not the asshole. But the guy asking to be woken up was the asshole. No way. Why? Why? Definitely the asshole. I think that she would have just said again. That's funny as hell. I agree. I think that could be in a very like joking manner. The comment was unnecessary. I agree. In the end, the sister can have as many babies as she wants. This one is just funny. I think her tone was asshole vibes, but not really meaning it. Um, yeah, I'm sure like, oh my god, again. Like I can, you know what I mean? I was thinking because I remember like I like got in touch with my mom like a couple years ago or something, and like a year and a half or something. Because I was told that she was like, I don't know, had to go to the hospital for something, so I just wanted to make sure. Um, and she was telling me that my sister was having a second kid, and I was like, again, like already? I don't know, but I didn't mean it to be a bad thing, like But she's very young, and I was just like, same situation. I was just worried, right? I don't think that's a bad thing, but I don't know. Maybe I'm an asshole for that. Like, damn, bro. Yo, I want to know how haven't I think that many kids is wild. Yeah, see, I think the max I could do is two. I don't know how, bro. That's crazy. I mean, that's a lot of opportunities for like, kids to be sent to the NBA, which is great. You know what I'm saying? Get into the NBA, NBA. Nah, I'm just joking. Kind of the asshole in the situation. The comment could have been in a joking manner, but the comments after, yeah, the way it's phrased could be better. Yeah, I agree. It was a surprise reaction. You don't think so? Okay. I mean, I didn't tell my sister like already, like again. I wasn't like that to her directly. But I think when she had reached out, I just said like, like, are you doing all right? And she's like, yeah, like you know, just got this place and doing this. And I'm like, right, you confident? That's good. You know, congratulations. So hopefully it goes well, blah, blah, blah. Not you bringing sports in. Sorry. Oh man, bro. Reddit said that they are the asshole, but okay. I agree. I think chat is mostly in agreement as well. I think this might be the last one. All right. Am I the asshole for putting an outside lock on my bathroom to prevent my wife from using it? My wife, 25, and I, 31, bought a house together about 6 months ago. This is our first time living together. Our house is an old American house that has been reformed many times. As a consequence of this, it has a silly layout where there's 2 bathrooms right next to each other that share the same wall. When we pulled the trigger on buying it, we made an agreement that I take the bathroom on the left with the shower and she take the bathroom on the right with the bathtub. Hers is much more spacious than mine. I soon learned that my wife preferred to use my bathroom, but only to defecate. What is that? She'll go to pee or take a bath. Is that, oh, like decaf? She'll go pee or take a bath or do her makeup in her bathroom. But when the, oh, poop. Oh, but only to poop. So she'll go pee or take a bath and do her makeup in her bathroom, but when the time comes to have bowel movement, she only wants to use my toilet. I usually wouldn't mind this, but the issue is that she sits very far forward on the seat, which leaves streaks in the bowl virtually every time she goes. I first tried approaching this civilly by asking why she used my bathroom. She gave me a vague answer about preferring it. Then I asked if she could at least sit back a bit more. She said it was none of my concern how she sat on the toilet. I offered to change bathrooms with her, which she said no thanks. Then asked her to stop using it, and she said it was her house too. She'd be allowed to go wherever she wants. I'm honestly tired of opening the toilet to see her stool stuck to the bowl. The day before yesterday, I installed a lock on the door that I would open with a key. At first, she didn't seem to take the hint. She asked me for a key to the bathroom, to which I said no. Then, as she really had to go, she started to panic and asked me again to open it. I told her that she had a perfectly good toilet in her bathroom. She finally relented but came out of the bathroom extremely upset with me. She's been ticked off and demanding that I remove the lock since I was out of line here. Wow, what an interesting one to land on. I'm 50-50 on this because having sisters and sharing a bathroom, my sister did the same thing, bruh. In our house, we had, which I can't blame him because we had a 3-story house, right? I was first floor. They were second. My mom was third floor. Each had our own bathroom. And I'm very like particular about mine. And they would always use mine to go take a shit. And it made me so mad. But I get it being on the first floor. It's like the most convenient, you know, people come over, they'll use it. But it's like, bruh, anytime I would use their bathroom upstairs, then there's a problem. So it's like, I'm really like stuck on the line here. I don't know why she wouldn't just want to poop in her bathroom. Like, why was it such a bad time? Like, whatever it is. Like, it's a toilet's a toilet. I get that. I don't know. I feel like maybe he should have done like a taste of her own medicine or something. Like maybe left pee on the toilet seat on his own and then be like, okay, you can clean that up. Or pee on her toilet and leave pee on that seat for a little bit. I think the lock is a little bit interesting. Like, that's a little bit crazy so soon, in my opinion. Don't think that was necessary. Like, he could have fought fire with fire instead of like going the drastic route, because having a key in your own house, man, I don't know. Like, y'all sharing that house together, bro. She definitely needs to use her toilet. Yeah, the lock is extreme. It's just tough, man, because she needs to fucking shit in her own bathroom. But the lock is a fucking, I don't know. I would say that, am I the asshole? Oh, it's hard, bro. It's hard. Chat, what do y'all, let's do a poll. James, you got me? The lock so she wouldn't poop in his bathroom is so funny. But even the fact that, like, look at this. Check this out. So when he finally locked it, right? I told her that she has perfectly good in her bathroom. She relented, but came out of the bathroom extremely upset with me. Like, she asked for the key, and she really had to go and start to panic and ask again and again. Why would you even ask if you really have to go? Like, imagine you had to take a shit, you're asking for the key. Bro, you got another bathroom, my guy. What is the deal? What up, Miranda? I don't think he's the asshole. I think the lock is a bit strange though. Lock is a bit strange. I want to see what chat has to say though. I want to see what chat has to say. Go ahead and put your votes up. Put your votes up. Wow. Everyone's saying no. Everyone's saying no. Why on earth is she leaving streaks is my question. Is she 5 years old? Right. In like the correcting thing, I don't think he was in the wrong to like say like, hey, can you like scoot up a bit or like fix how you poop so it's not like great. Because I'm not gonna lie, bro. Not gonna lie, in the Texas house, I'll call them all out. Whoever keeps using my bathroom down there and that kept leaving streaks in there, and that would make me mad. I don't know. Fucking clean it when you're done using it, bro. Fucking clean it. It's gross. Nobody wants to see that, and especially if you don't close the lid when you fucking exit. My guy, I brush my teeth in there. I brush my teeth in there. Anyways. All right. So wow, 39 says no. James, what is the answer? What is Reddit saying? Anyways, what is Reddit saying? Leave it the same way you found it. Oh my God. Retweet. Leave it the same way you found it. 100%. If we did that with things all around the house, kitchen, bedrooms, bathrooms, whatever, that would save a lot. Reddit said not the asshole. Really? I would think the lock is weird, man. I just think the lock is weird. It's like, I guess like maybe she wasn't listening. And he kind of just had to like go to extremes there, but I feel like it was a little bit too quick. I don't know. I just think the lock is interesting, bro. That's all. Anyways. The lock is a red flag. Yeah, I think so. I think yeah. She just needs to taste of her own medicine. Yeah, exactly. Because we instead of like going to extremes and locking the bathroom, that's gonna like think about where she's gonna go after that. Like she might lock another part of the room, or lock a cabinet, or take it to a different route or whatever. We don't know. But if you pee or maybe leave your streaks in her bathroom or do something, maybe he doesn't flush after. You know what I mean? I would have done that, because that way you could have taught a valuable lesson in saying, now you understand how it feels on my end. And then boom. Yeah. She probably doesn't want to leave her toilet looking gross, which makes it seem like she doesn't respect his things as much. Yeah, see, I'm not going to lie. I was kind of thinking the same thing. The fact that she does everything in her bathroom and then poops in his is kind of like, you know, I don't know. But maybe she sees that as more of like the get ready with me, you know, kind of keeping it spiffy, and then like, hey, like I'm gonna take a shit real quick, you know, like. But at the end of the day, bro, like you're taking a shit, bro. It's like, I don't know. I haven't been in that situation, but okay, that was it, guys. That was it. That is all of the Am I the Asshole stories for the one time. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know that was a little different, but yeah, just trying something new on stream. Kind of see where it's gonna go.